Sword of the Stars, and of Flesh. This is your host, Wolfenray, and we are continuing the saga of the Sovereignty of Man. And what a saga it has been. Now, as you know, in our last episode, we got beat, and we got beat hard. We got beat hard in Tauketi. We got beat hard in Arendelle. We got beat again in Van Manen. Our fleet got destroyed, and Boudica Nelson, our best admiral, retired from the whole debacle. However, the war continues on as we ask for peace from the Sleepless, and they refused. Now, we made it all the way to Tumen since the last episode. We found out that at DM plus 14774, they have reestablished their colony that we infected a long time ago. Now they've rebuilt it back, and it's up and running. It's not as powerful as it used to be, but it's there. What we also found is that at Tumen, there is a planet that can be easily colonized by us. It's only going to cost us about $22,000 at the start, which is really good because we can put a forward base there with relative ease. All I have to do is build a colony ship at Kruger 60, and then we come in. However, what I want to do is I want to take out the colony at DM plus 154733 and at DM plus 14774. If I take out these two colonies, then that will break our flanks. He has a world here. He has a world here. Now, our admiral, who is here, of the Song of Songs, Dimitri Naismith, he is no stranger to taking out planets. I mean, he's the guy who committed the genocide, and now he has more reason to commit genocide. So we call upon our dear Admiral Naismith again. Please, not just annihilate one world, but both worlds. That's his mission. Here's the reason. We asked for peace again. They refused. And now the war has just turned Vulgar. Admiral Mono of the Sleepless, being the most brutal butcher that the Sovereignty has ever seen. There's no words to explain the sheer brutality and shock and awe that we have felt when that admiral came through and gave us the whipping that we took. We have a new weapon. It's a defensive weapon, since, you know, like I said, we are akin to the Central Powers in World War I, so we're kind of like in the 1917 year of the war, right? Our muzzles, our guns are just worn out. We've gone through the turnip winter. The enemy still continues to batter at our gates, so it is time for us to build the Hindenburg Line. And in the Hindenburg Line, we certainly have built. Okay, here at Clarkstar, it looks like we have to fight the Flying Dutchman. Now, in our last encounter in episode 5 of the Flying Dutchman, guess what? He destroyed the colony. So, we can expect this turn to lose the colony here at Clarkstar, because we have no navy, and nothing can stop the Flying Dutchman. Nothing we have can stop the Flying Dutchman. There's not much we can do. All we can do is watch the Flying Dutchman come in and destroy Realm. Now, Realm has been having a huge problem with ghosts. The last time we had a ghost here at Realm, it was literally ghosts. The Flying Dutchman's coming. This huge Leviathan that we haven't seen since or episode 5 or 6. I think there's a whole episode devoted to the Flying Dutchman. Now here's one of the things I like. Some of these nodes here on the back of the engines are kind of busted. So it's been taking damage. It's kind of rusty. I'm sure we're not the only ones it's been beaten on, but guess what? It's our turn again to get beat on. And Realm, after experiencing the ghosts, just does not have the power to withstand the Flying Dutchman. It just doesn't. Look at this ship. Look at it. It's so massive. It's like almost the length of our entire planet. Even if I zoom out, right? You see the length of the planet, and then you see the length of the ship. So, you know, the ship is, you know, like the size of Texas. You know, I mean, in the relativity that it is being portrayed here. Now, maybe the idea is that this is in the foreground and our planet is in the background. That would make a lot of sense, but let me tell you something. When you see the ordnance that this thing shoots out, right? Pretty quick, oh, there's its missiles. It makes little flowers with its missiles. Now, just like in true human fashion, though, this ship doesn't have very good point defense. It just uses beamers for point defense, which makes me believe that it is human built, because we can't build point defense for the life of us. Now it's opening up all salvos. Pretty quick, Clark Star's gonna be dead, and we're just gonna have to be without Realm until, you know, I don't even know. I mean, if you look at Realm and what it has suffered, first it suffered the haunting of those specters, and then now here comes the ghost ship. So did the ghost just like leave the ship, come by, suck some souls, come back to the ghost ship, and then take the Flying Dutchman in and kill off the rest of the living? That's kind of what it seems like. As you can see, our colony's already halfway dead. And again, always on the night side of the planet, so hopefully there's not nothing we can do. There's no way we're going to last a minute and a half under this barrage. I mean, look at all these guns. But that's the end of our colony. Everybody in Realm died or escaped. Oh man, another billions and billions of people just getting slayed. At least they're not killing each other in revolts. Now we're just getting slayed by ghost ship ghosts and the Sleepless. The war is just getting brutal. It's just getting brutal. It's having a huge effect on armor. Now, one of the things I did with our starfighters is that I upgraded our starfighters' weaponry. So instead of having bullets, I have upgraded our starfighters into purple beamers. So hopefully our purple beamers, you know, they have a higher accuracy, I think, than the bullets do. And they have the ability to shoot down, you know, fireballs. So there's a lot of reasons why I have purple beamers. Now, are we going to be able to survive? Probably not. He's laying down a hail of point defense. I think our fighters are not going to last too long. But, you know, like I said, it's some defense. Some defense is better than none defense, and what he's using, you know, hopefully our purple beamer fighters are actually doing something. Now, looks like he's shooting a lot of himself, but we're going to lose some of these defensive platforms. Now, these are like $55,000 a piece. And so that's just $55,000 down the drain. But is it really down the drain? I'm thinking about it more not in terms of tactically, but more in terms of strategically. Strategically, it keeps the as you can see, they're all getting flustered. You know, they're going after these defense platforms, and only a few people get killed. Meanwhile, if he was hammering on our planet, then obviously at Venus we would have a lot of people getting killed. So it's really kind of about who takes the damage. You know, do a few army guys, a few naval guys, a couple of some money. That's about it. Now I do have some defenses. You know, when it comes to our platforms, I have the purple lasers. They may be able to shoot down like 1 or 2 fireballs. As you can see, they shot 1. But they can't really take that much damage, though. So that's not really kind of the point, though, because more of the point is that he has to now spend time trying to clear up the area. So that's well worth the cost, if you ask me. Okay, here comes some more. Now, because this thing revolves around in circles, it's like only two things come at the same time. Now he's not going to be able to take this. Yep, that's the end of that. So he's cleared up this side. It's not to worry though, because if he stays for another round, I can just put more out there. And I'm going to. Okay, so now comes the bombardment of the planet. Which isn't too bad because we're not going to take too much losses in like 22 seconds. I mean, we'll take some loss. As you can see, Venus is a very well incorporated planet, but we're not going to take losses that are so terrible that, you know, it's going to be hard to recover from, because I'm certain that Blue didn't come all this way to our home system to just kind of do a drive-by. We're going to have the battle here at DM15, well, plus 15, 4733, and this is with our Admiral, our fair Dmitry Nyasmith, who's got 3 army cruisers, photon torpedo, a beam cruiser, an engineering cruiser, and picket cruiser, and a supply cruiser. The supply cruiser allowing for him to get there. Alright, here's the battle at DM plus 15, 4733. You know, our shields do really good at keeping care of, keeping his missiles at bay. And I know this isn't his home system, but if we can wipe out this colony, then that'll kind of make up for the 7 ships that we lost last turn. Plus, he's got a major fishbowls DARS base going on here, and let's get to it. See, and when you get well, I noticed that when you get the old cock and balls, you know, up to three bubbles with the one on top, that they've spent a lot of money and time making this happen. So we're on board the red now. So destroying something like this is a real major accomplishment, because, you know, I mean, to get a station up to this level, you know, costs millions of dollars plus a lot of time. So they've had a lot of time to be here. Plus, this colony is a major colony, so our assault boys are doing a job. We're going to be here for a couple of turns. This isn't going to be the first battle this episode here. However, it will be a battle where, you know, kind of shows you where the state of the war is, right? At this point, it's just vulgar civilian murder. You know, he just comes in and he targets our colonies and civilians get murdered. And then we go in and we target his colonies, and civilians get murdered. And he doesn't want peace, and I don't understand why, because how many more of his people and my people need to die before we just kind of say, okay, well, you live over there and I live over here. But like I said, you know, the sovereignty of man has a very low contempt for alien species, just for the fact that it doesn't seem like alien species understand that the sovereignty of man is really a peaceful people. We've just never had the opportunity to be peaceful because everybody continues to attack us for no reason. Now, the guys who have attacked us, you know, like the AI and the Avians and the Eternal Empire, right? They're really cool. You know, we say we want peace. They don't want a better relationship. I get it. Okay, we're not going to push you. So we're really good. We do our best to just, you know, maintain our sovereignty. That's really all we want. That's all we want, is to maintain our sovereignty. But as you can see, what ship are we on? We're on the red again. These species are just too ignorant. All they can think about when it comes to mankind is, you know, oh, let's go kill these guys. Especially these whales. And you'd think that more than anything, we have more in common with them than any other creature here in the universe, because the one creature is an artificial construct, okay, and they're the first ones to say, okay, we don't want to fight you no more. Then the next one is a bunch of birds, and they took a while, but they finally figured it out. But these whales, the lizard men, they figured it out too, but these whales, they're just insufferable, you know. I mean, boy, they targeting the red like nobody's business. Anyways, like I said, they're insufferable. There's no rhyme or reason at this point. I mean, okay, yeah, I get it. We committed the atrocity at DM +1 4774, but I think the war has progressed beyond that now. Okay, Nirvana Revenge has arrived at its base and is ready for another mission. So, we got a mission for you here at Arendelle, and that mission is to build a naval starbase. We really need you to do that. So, if you would do that, please, I would be very grateful. Okay, now we know Realm got destroyed, which is unfortunate, but you know, I know what's going to happen. We could colonize it and then to send our colonizer fleet there, and then that way we could start taking a look at King down here, maybe go down to that other planet down there as well. Now, what's going on here with Mr. Baloo? It says return. He isn't going to return. He's going to stay for another round. So, you know, now we're a little bit in the hole because we had to build all those defenses, and of course Venus got hurt a little bit, and there's no reason to even fix up Venus until, you know, after Mr. Baloo decides he wants to go. However, we do have another shot at taking out DM 154774, and I think we're going to do pretty good, but it looks like on our scanners that a guy's coming in for a strike, and his name is Ubo. Look at the length that he's able to travel with his antimatter engines. See, he's able to go clean from Kruger all the way from DM plus 02989. Now, where's his base? That's his base. So we know that this star right here is a base for the Sleepless. So that's something we need to keep in mind. And look at, that's a long ways to travel, but you know, I suppose if I had antimatter, I guess I could travel that far too, but I don't. All I got is like a coal engine, basically a fusion engine. It's like, might as well just throw coal in a boiler and Try to travel through space with my steampunk powers. Alright, something I need to work on in the future, but maybe I think a dreadnought is something that I might need a little bit more. So, a lot to say about all of this here. This war in 1917, but of course, you know, I liken it to 1917. Is like, you know, we were worn out like back in 1915, 1916, but it keeps going on and we're forced to fight, so we're just going to continue to fight. Alright, here's the battle at Seoul. Same battle as before. We got Bellew with 5 light plasma torpedoes, 1 command, 2 supply, and 3 medium plasma torpedoes. Oh, he's starting from there. So, oh hey, this might help because, you know, this puts our guys in the back. So, I wonder if our missiles are even hitting. Doesn't look like it. Now, Venus is a really strong planet. You know, ever since we've had those revolts a while back, Venus has really recovered, and the citizens are pretty happy about that, I think. But, you know, things could really change because, you know, they are receiving bombed, and this is the center of, well, this is the center of the sovereignty, you know, and so if any place is supposed to be safe, it's supposed to be the central of sovereignty. But, you know, it's like Berlin's being bombed, man. We got no fleet because I really don't even know why. Where did all our fleets go? Oh, I know why. Because we have a whole bunch of places where we're fighting. They're fighting us everywhere. And the one place where we don't really have is here. Okay, well, I guess that was my fighters. They didn't, you know, they come in and the fireballs, they rain down upon Venus. Doesn't really hurt us too bad. Venus is a sturdy planet. And I do think my fighters do a lot better ever since I put the purple beamers on. I mean, they really do. Well, there was one of my fighters got blown up right there. Now what they're trying to do is they're trying to fly past Venus, so this is actually minimizing our casualties here on the planet of Venus. They're going to try to go after one of my star bases here, which, you know, it'll probably die here after these here. 1, 2. I'm surprised it's even up. No, I didn't think it was going to last more than that. Okay, they're going to be going after this one next. So it's kind of a delaying action. We're just kind of spending cash in the hopes that it just kind of misdirects. You know, because every time one of these blow up, that's 55,000 bucks. But, you know, it's a lot better than the money we'd lose on the planet if we got it destroyed and having to try to recolonize it and such. Oh, it looks like he's trying to try to shoot this one over here. Maybe this is the one he's going after. Defense Hangar 4. Let's see. Yeah, it's gone. But we only got a minute. And see, he devoted a large portion of his fleet to trying to take this one out. So he's going over here. He's going to try to, that's 3. We've got another one over there. So, you know, and every time, and the more longer he just kind of hovers around, some of our missiles do get through. We do a little bit of damage. You know, I wish we could blow up a ship, but I really don't think. Now, even though the situation is pretty dire over here, we're really basically doing the same thing to them over there. So this kind of tells you just how vulgar the battle really is. There's Mars over there. Looks really cool. But tells you just how vulgar the battle really is because, you know, it's all civilian targets at this point. It really is. You know, it's not fleet actions anymore. The order of battle now is that I target your colony, I bomb the crap out of it. You target my colony, you bomb the crap out of it. Now, how long are they willing to just suffer like this? I guess this is ugly. This is an ugly way to do war. DM plus 15 4773. We have Song of Songs, Dimitri Naismith with 3 army cruisers, photon torpedo cruiser, beam cruiser, engineering cruiser, picket cruiser, and a logistics cruiser. So let's begin on this. Hi, sir. Okay, we're on board the Odysseus. Now, I think the Odysseus is a ship that we've been on before. And it's an army cruiser, of course. So its purpose is to, you know, wipe out planets. It's an army cruiser. But maybe we ought to bring in the biological weapon. Give another smackdown on one of these guys, you know. I don't want to use the biological weapon so much though, but you know. Okay, looks like a couple of our ships took kind of a pounding. The Toronto? What is the Toronto? The Toronto is a picket cruiser. It must be an old school type picket cruiser too, because it doesn't have the goop on it. Oh, no, none of my picket cruisers have goop on it. That's right. Alright, yeah, see, his missiles don't really do that much damage. Because, you know, my beams, if I keep my ships in a group, my beams do really well. And as you can see, my assault vessels just really go to town on a planet, and he's got almost no defense. So here comes his starfighters, and his starfighters aren't going to fare any better against my ships than my starfighters did against his ships. So as you can see, this war has just become brutal and ugly murder. Just murder, planet-wide murder, and I wish they'd stop. I've been saying it for a couple episodes now that I just wish they'd stop. Stop the war, man. When is enough is enough? They haven't had enough. That's just the brutal truth of it all. They just haven't had enough. Apparently, more's got to die. This is a blood feud. At this point, it's just kind of like either me or them. So this is our target at this there thing. This fishbowl's kind of cool looking, I think. Still quite phallic, though. I mean, obviously, look at the silhouette. But still pretty cool nonetheless. It's got like inside this here, it's like little brains or something. Maybe I think that's maybe supposed to be corals or something. I don't know. But it looks like a bunch of brains in a bowl of water. Kind of like Frankenstein or something, you know. However, it's too bad it's going to have to blow up. You know. Yep, we blew it up. That's the way it should be too. I don't have no sympathy for any of you guys nowadays because, okay, we're on board the Toronto. Looks like the Toronto, well, it shot down a missile. And looks like we almost got their colony beat. So if our boys in the assault frigates can take care of it this turn, we've done a severe blow against the Sleepless. But that's if he could take the planet out in a turn. And I don't think this year's going to be able to stand up. You know, it's his fighters. He's going to shoot some missiles. Isn't really going to do much against us because, you know, Dimitri Naismith, Admiral Dimitri, he knows how to take care of business here when it comes to, you know, taking down planets, killing Sleepless by the mass murder. He's our He's our expert at mass murder. Okay, here comes some some photon torpedoes. That's pretty cool. Come on, take this out now. Maybe I'll have to wait another turn. Okay. They're coming to Kruger 60. We got plenty of time to get back because, you know, quite frankly, we're faster than them. And it looks like we have to return anyways because we're out of gas. I wonder what kind of commitments we have. Oh, building the Navy. So if we build the Navy station, that's going to really help us defend that area up there and, you know, maintain our ships. We got a lot of debt interest going on right now, so we kind of start pulling ourselves up out of debt, but our morale's holding up. We're making almost $1 million a turn with only about $500,000 in expenses. And now we have another salvage project, but we don't have enough peacetime to really search these things out, you know. I mean, but of course we wouldn't get these projects if we were at peace because we wouldn't be having, you know, these salvaged parts. So it's kind of a catch-22, really. Excellent. We got ourselves a new Navy station. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to call it the Arundel Command again. Okay, we got somebody coming to Van Manen. Well, thank God for that. Another guy named Ishii. And he's got 7 tenders as well. So it's time for a big pounding. Just not giving us any space. I guess we'll just have to deal with that. I wonder if I can build anything here that might help. You know what might help is if I built another command cruiser. That would help a lot. Here at L67674 we have pirates. Oh my gosh, really? Pirates. And a lot of pirates. Pirates? Really? Oh, so they're going to be going after my freighter. I don't even think I got a fleet there to even help it. So there goes some of my money. Alright, let's see how well this freighter does. Because I don't think it's going to do very well. Now, I have no control over it. But we can take a look at it. It's freighter 4, so obviously I have up to 4. Let's take a look at its insides there. I wonder if I can see in there. There's like a chair. Is there a chair? Is there something in there we can look at? No. Basically, where's the pirates? He's trying to make it. Oh, he's gonna board it. See, there you go. He stole my stuff. Now he's running away. Here at Van Manen, we have, of course, Ishii with his 1 light plasma, 7 heavy plasma, 2 supply, and 1 command. We have nothing to defend ourselves with. Okay, let's get on board one of these starfighters. Well, maybe not. Oh, they're gonna get blasted right away. You can see it already. And under the pressure of those heavy plasma torpedoes, our starbase doesn't even stand a chance. Look at that concentrated mass of. They just basically, their fireballs just got a whole lot bigger. Let's get on board one of their share ships, this Ishii. This like this next generation of Lear are just horrible. I mean, I kind of want to go back to the good old days of O'Near and O'Moon and Lore. But I guess those days are over. Those guys retired or something happened, and now we got these new punks. And they have no respect anymore. It's like, let's just kill people.
guess they got the toys to do it, so, you know, if you had the toys and you're a punk, you're gonna be a punk. Now that forces me to have to do the same thing, you know. They come at me and they bomb me, and this is the ugliest way to do war at this point. You know, because back in the episodes of yore, we had great fleet battles, you know. One or two ships would get lost, you know, things would happen. You know, oh, I got defeated, you got defeated. You know, people got their glory. It's okay. You know, this war has been going on and on and on, and, you know, it's kind of like the old interceding Greek states, you know. It's just like nobody really attacked each other in town. It's just the warriors would kind of line up at the gate, and the warriors in the city would come out, and everybody'd have their fights, and that was the end. You know, whoever lived, lived, whoever died, died, and whoever got kidnapped, got ransomed, you know. Pretty way of doing diplomacy, I guess, back in the day. But these new punks here, they just come in with a whole bunch of mass destruction, and instead of actually targeting anything that's, you know, fleets or whatever, they just go right for the jugular. They come right on in and start killing the people, and that's how they're gonna do it. I think we can survive a minute and a half. It's gonna cost us a little bit of money. They're gonna keep coming, but I think, you know, the next battle's gonna be mine. Next battle's gonna be, you know, DM plus 14774, and we're going to, you know, what you're seeing here, this horror show, we're going to do the same. Now, they got their method. They launch big old fireballs. We go in with our tactical nukes. So I think we kind of kill them in a more clean fashion. You know, the way they come in and kill us is really ugly. But it doesn't look like they're really concerned about how pretty it is. These new punks, they just got their way of doing things, and they do it that way. Well, I think it's going to be a moment not too soon. We're going to make that new aircraft, or that new command vessel, because yeah, I got nothing to say. This is horror. Horror at its finest. He just come in, he's gonna form up, he's gonna launch his ordnance. He might stay for another round too, so we'll have to see. DM 1 + 1 4774. He's got nothing to defend himself with, so it's some more of that vulgar fighting. Some more of that vulgar fighting where he just bombs nice innocent people and we bomb some of his innocent people. They don't want to make peace. They don't want to quit the killing. I guess this is just sport to these guys. I don't know what their deal is. But looks like this is a pretty major... They really cleaned this place up, because I remember the first time I came through, I really messed it up. So this has got to cost them a lot of money. I guess they got a lot of money to just throw down the drain like that. You know, I suppose if that's where it is, that's where it's at. Okay, the Toronto looks like it got fixed up pretty good. So we're in tip-top shape. But, you know, being that the Toronto is the first ship in the order, let's back him off a little bit. Let's slow him down. That way he can now, you know, back up, because all those missiles are headed for him. So if he slows down, maybe the other ships will have beam defenses that will help. 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah. Wow, we took all that. And we're doing good. Okay, we're still backing up. Come on now. I didn't say all of you guys slow down. I just wanted the front guy to slow down. How come everybody's slowing down? Alright, well, whatever. Okay, so now our damage is more evenly distributed. Yeah, we could take pretty much any bombardment. It looks like we did our quarter damage to his colony too, so... You know, this looks like it was a major colony. Yeah, we knocked that missile down. Now get your shields up before that missile hits. No, of course not. Of course not. You're not going to get your shields up before that. Why would you have done that? Give those engineering boys something to do after the battle, right? I do have a solution, I think, that I might have to try out. But it'll take a while. We got one more minute. So one more minute. Hopefully our boys... No, I don't think we're gonna... Because our boys haven't even returned home yet. Like I said, we kind of put our eggs out a little too early. I don't think we're gonna do much more damage to these guys. Not 27 seconds. So I might as well just take a look at the overall situation. He's coming in, we're coming in at a hail of... But we're stopping a good, you know, 40% of his missiles. So I find that to be good. And then the rest of them, of course, are being stopped by the shields themselves. The war has just become ugly. It's just, at this point, our fleets are not even really trying to engage in each other anymore. You know, our fleets are just basically, we go to their planets and we just hit in the jugular, hit in the jugular. So that's too bad. It's turned into that. Now I've asked for peace. They don't want peace. I've asked for peace. They don't want peace. So we continue to have war. First construction fleet has returned here at Seoul, so we're going to have to redo Clark Star because the ghost ship decided to come around and killed everybody in Realm. Which, you know, that's after the ghosts. So the new colonists are going to be awfully superstitious, to say the least. And we did a pretty good number on them over there at the DM area. And we found out that Tumen is a place we can colonize. So it's going to have to be our highest priority to colonize Tumen, knock out his 2 colonies here at DM 15 and DM 1, and then try to proceed from there into his heartland. Now we did take him out at Groombridge, so we're good to go there. But he has some real range. So, and he's fanatical, the Sleepless are. Want peace, can't get peace. So obviously we just got to defeat him. Now we're well on our way to making a dreadnought, because our idea is that if they are going to put 3 times the firepower on their ships, we're going to make 3 times the ship. So hopefully we can get that out in a decent amount of time before the war is, you know, takes a negative turn for the worse. And yes, pirates came and stole some of my money. So at the end of that, pirates come and steal some of my money. I'm going to say, if you like the episode, please give it a like, give it a subscribe. And as always, there's the forums on the Kerberos, and there's the forums on the Steam shop. You know, I'm always willing to talk about the game and, you know, what to do next. Now, one of the things that people have been saying is about, you know, my firepower, and as you've been seeing,
human beings can't seem to build a gun for nothing. You know, 1% to build this gun, 14% to build that gun. So I don't know what to do about all of that. You know, maybe a little bit of advice might help. Anyways, I will see you next time.